Alright, got a new real-time strategy game for the Atari 2600. It is compatible with the 2600 Plus and 7800 Plus. And this is from Love 8-Bit. And this was offered first at Classic Game Fest. These are numbered carts. They're still available. Link is below where you can check this out. This is in beta. And so this is not a finalized version of the game, but it's kind of cool collectible, and these are the types of things I like to talk about on my channel. And so especially for the Atari 2600, real-time strategy game, pretty crazy. And this is Lore Lords Gladiators, and this is a battle between two foes in an ancient area while the public look on. The final victor is declared by an elimination of all their enemies, allocated warriors before the loss of their own, winning the audience's cheers and support. And so this is kind of a crazy real-time strategy game. It does work. It's fairly complex. I'm not the best at playing it. This is a first look, not a review, and just want to show you kind of what you're getting with this. It's $35 and it's still available on their website. Comes with a brand new cart with all new parts, stickers, and a manual explaining the current gameplay. And they're open to feedback, so in the comments below, definitely what do you think of this? I'd love to hear back from you. And this is the type of cool stuff I like to talk about on my channel, especially homebrew and aftermarket games, which I have several videos focusing on this type of content. And so it's fairly complex to set up. There's 256 game modes. Overwhelmingly, when you turn it on, you'll see there's just so many different options. And so you have difficulty, random, move, starting level. And so it's really important. I'm going to start on easy, as there's lots to this game. And so gameplay is, once the game is started by pressing the console reset switch, gameplay cycles through several rounds per level. And there's lots of aspects to this game. I will try to explain it as best as I can, but I really am fascinated by what programmers are making for the Atari 2600. It's awesome. So when you turn it on, it tells the number of your cart. Mine's, I do believe, 48. And I'm going to start on easy, level 1. And I'm going to choose and it's one or two players as well. So this is pretty awesome. And so very sweet that it is a two-player game. So if you're a fan of games such as Archon or Battle Chess, you're going to feel right at home with this. So let's jump in. You start, the board is cleared, each player earning gold with their surviving units, unclaimed treasure chests, and unplundered graves. So there's a lot of aspects to this game. Surviving units earn back their normal purchase price, so you can choose different units by cycling through. You hold down the fire button and it goes through the different units, and then when you release, that's the type of units that you choose. So it's a fairly complex. Each surviving enemy unit earns you 1 gold compensation, and this allows you for strategy to sacrifice health early on to build gold quickly. So the more gold you have, the more of an army you can have, which eventually you'll overwhelm your enemy. And so there's random. This optional mode places a handful of neutral and or player units, charging the players where appropriate. Purchase. Players may move their respective cursors around the columns and cycle through affordable units, being careful not to buy a 10 gold wall unit, as they do not get a refund. So lots of aspects to this game. You kind of have to play it to kind of get a feel for it. There's an invest mode where the players can earn interest on their unspent gold. Console difficulty switches affect the level of interest. By saving at least 20 gold, you will earn something, and the more you save, the more you earn. So yeah, there's a move optional, and then the battle. The battle is the big aspect of this game. Each active unit, not walls or items, tries to advance or attack nearby units. Queens move randomly into empty squares, allowing them to jump over walls and enemies. Castles and throwers fire at units. They have a clear, straight line of sight. 2. Player 1 missile attacks fire along their row when open to the right, and so there's lots of aspects to this game. Any peasant units will reach the opposite side of the board will convert into dragon knights on their next move, and these units are now worth 3 gold instead of 1. If they survived at the start of the next level, this allows a peasant rush to earn a player a lot of gold. So there's a lot of strategies of what units to choose if they survive, and then peasants can turn it and they can advance into other units. And so there's like a strategy, very complex for a 2600 game. I'm very impressed with this. It is a lot to manage, but I think if you're used to like old school Atari, I would say like 8-bit strategy games, you're going to feel right at home here. It's a great use of the 2600. I've not played anything like this and found it to be rather fascinating. I think it's a lot to manage within that. I'm feeling constantly like stressed seeing the time go down, but I do think they have a hit here, especially for a dedicated fan base of Atari 2600 collectors. And if anything, it's a numbered cart from a show, Classic Game Fest, fantastic show in Texas, and want to say that, you know, this was cool that it was debuted there, and they're offering extra carts on their website now. So pretty cool. So this is a more upped up difficulty, and very challenging game. Even though it's on easy, I found this one to be a challenge to play. So not the best at playing this, but I was able to do some rounds, and this is one that's going to take some time. This is a type of game where you're not just going to pick up and play. This is a real-time strategy game. It's going to take multiple games for people to get comfortable with how to properly play. And they're open to suggestions on what would make this type of game better in the comments. What do you think of this game? What suggestions do you have for it? I'm sure the developers would love to hear back. And pretty cool that they're offering this game still on their site. And pretty sweet to see types of games being made still for the 2600. And it's compatible with all the new consoles as well, 2600 and 7800 plus. So pretty sweet. Really like this, and I was intrigued by the gameplay. So you go to the website, Love 8-Bit, you can go here, and they're making new 8-bit games. So it looks like they'll be making possibly more games, and so happy to support this company. And you just click on the store, and there you go, and they have one product. So one product right now with the potential of having more, and you can check it out. Pretty affordable price, and you can check it out. And thank you so much for coming to my channel. If you like this type of content, please hit that like and subscribe button and click the bell as I'm uploading videos every week. You folks are wonderful and beautiful. Let's keep it positive. This is the Immortal Johnny Hancock, and you take care.